Well, each year in early September, Oregon has a deer hunt in the high Cascade Mountains, and it's called appropriately the High Cascade Deer Hunt. Good choice of words. The bag limit is $1, though certain hunters are allowed by law to legally take a doe, if that's their desire. I happen to be one of them. This is a beautiful area to hunt in, but it's got a very low success rate because there's just not many deer. There used to be quite a few, but the predators have so increased in numbers that the deer are down. But there are a few deer. Every once in a while you'll even see a little buck like this one. But still, a lot of hunters apply for this season as a second choice option for their deer tag, and then hunt in the regular blacktail season as well. The Santiam unit is one unit in this High Cascade hunt, and I've hunted and fished there for 60 years or so. And even that, knowing the odds are slim of getting a deer, it seemed like a good idea to spend a few days at the end of the year up there chasing blacktails around. So I loaded up the truck and headed into the hills to do a little backpacking and deer hunting. My destination was Woodpecker Ridge at the foot of Mount Jefferson. What follows now shows how I spent nearly 4 days chasing deer and oddly finding out some truth about myself. Plus there is a scam angle included in this adventure that I'll explain at the end. Now comes the hard part. 4 miles of cross-country packing in, up one hill and then down the next. I'm high enough up in the mountains that I really don't have to worry about any creeks to cross, but there is a lot of logs and slash to step over or trip over. But you just keep going on through this forest and yet up another hill. It's a pretty walk, and you do get some beautiful views of Mount Jefferson. Finally though, this is the end of the trail. This is where I'll live for the next 3 days, unless I get a deer tomorrow. If that happens, I'll bone it out completely and then hike out to the trailhead. We'll see. There really aren't that many deer in this country. And that's true of a lot of Oregon. The predators have reduced the number of game animals available greatly. Now I got to get camp thrown together. Looks like there could be a little rain coming. I'll get this spread out and then see if I can find a rock. It'll be just like home in a few minutes. Yeah, I'm sure. That's not really my best profile shot. There we go. Time to move in. Well, a little bit of rain, but it looks like it's going to pass. I don't need a wet night, but we'll take what we can get. Okay, let's go see if we can find some deer. We're miles in here now, and whew, No time to rest. I'll get the rifle and we'll see what we can find. Well, like I said, it doesn't have to be a buck. As a disabled vet, which I am, I had a little bad luck overseas, I can get a doe in this hunt. It just, I don't know if I want to start out the first day getting one. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe we'll see a nice big doe and I won't even have to think about it. Who knows? Anyway, I've got about 3 hours till dark. Maybe I'll get lucky. I really hope I can at least see a deer. I did find a few tracks, but as they always say, you can't eat tracks. Nothing. Not a buck, a doe, or a fawn. Now it's a piece of jerky, and then I'll hit the sack. There really isn't a whole lot to do out here. Now, gotta go crawl under my blanket here pretty quick. Well, it's clouding up. Might rain tomorrow. Guess we'll find out tomorrow. Looks like it's time to go to work. Well, it's been a long cold night in there. Just got a little blanket for a sleeping bag. Rained, got everything wet. Glad I managed to bring along this coat. Helps a little bit. Having a piece of jerky for breakfast. Get out in these hills and see if I can find a deer. Haven't seen anything yet, but there's got to be something out here. I'll get out and take a look. I wish the rain had quit. It makes the woods nice and wet, but it makes me nice and wet too. Oh well. Let's go see what we can do. It's wet and I don't see a lot of deer, or any deer to be totally accurate. I'll just keep on keeping on. They got to be there somewhere. I'm home, dear, at the end of a rather dismal day. Phew. Well, that's what it looks like from where I am. And right now you're seeing just as many deer as I've seen all day. None. Oh well. At least I got away from the crowd. There's nobody else here. Time to eat now. Tomorrow we'll hit it pretty hard. Hit it early. Maybe we get lucky. I did see a bunch of cougar tracks today, so kind of watching for them too. First light and I'm hunting. Got the glasses working. I just need to see one, but I'm still not seeing anything. Dang. This here is one of the places where the fire came through. Maybe we can find a critter here. This is where you ask yourself, do I really want to get a deer down there? It would be a horrible pack up through all that slash. Whoa. Then, of course, you see one. I've got a deer spotted down here. I think it's a doe, but I can't tell. It's got its head behind a tree. I'll try to show you what it looks like. This is still early in the hunt. I don't think I want to take a doe yet, but it's a nice looking deer. It's got a big body and it's really tempting. I'm going to see if I can identify it before it runs off. I hope I don't regret this later on. Like I said, it's a nice deer. I really could think it's a buck. I just can't quite tell for sure whether it has horns or not. Put it in reverse. Come on now, and back up just a hair if you please. Nothing. Well, now I can see its head now, and I gotta call it a doe. I could take it, but I'm gonna pass for now. Stared at it all day, it's still a doe. She's cagey and sharp. I'll bet she stared at me for close to 20 minutes without moving, with her head stuck behind that darn tree. Good for her. I may regret it. That was sure a nice looking deer. There's a saying in hunting that says, never pass up on the first day what you'd gladly take on the last day. I'm feeling a little sorry about passing up that nice dry doe we saw. Better find another stick of jerky. Yum. Well, the sun's coming up one more time and old Mount Jefferson is still there. Another day in paradise. Maybe I'll find a deer. Okay, let's go. Punch the clock and we're on the job. I gotta find something today. Tomorrow I can hunt for a while in the morning, but I do have to hike out by noon or so. We're getting down to the wire. Nothing yet. But I think I see the makings for a chicken dinner. All fried up. That sounds better than jerky. But after a couple of days, anything sounds better than jerky. Well, look at this. Here's an old snag that didn't make it through the fire totally untouched. It reminds me of a totem pole I saw during one of our trips to Alaska. Getting pretty close to Jefferson. Maybe this is where all the deer are. Back to camp for a bite of you-know-what, and I've seen nothing today, even though I wore my lucky first air calf hat. Didn't see a thing today, went a lot of miles. Saw one grouse. Does are starting to look real good right now. I've been holding out for that little buck, but I think anything I see that doesn't have fawns might be in trouble. Or I might be in trouble. I'm getting kind of tired out. Oh well. Tomorrow's the last day, and if I don't get something today, I'm gonna pack out of here, so I can't be very choosy. We'll see. But I could wind up taking a doe tomorrow if I see a good one. It'd be a real temptation. There's not a lot of deer here. Well, wish me luck. Well, this will be my last chance today. Fingers crossed now. There's a huge old clear cut over here that the fire went through. Maybe I can see a deer there. It's 100 or so acres, and I've got my binos. Bingo! A deer. A doe deer. All she's got to do now is give me a shot. I can taste the backstrap already. Just get out from behind the brush and... Oh, no, no, no! Where'd they come from? They are cute, though. And they are her get-out-of-jail-free cards. What bothers me, though, is how close I actually came to harvesting her. Damn! If I'd pulled the trigger, these cute little rascals would be what, orphans? No, they would be just a dinner on the clear cut for some predator. Look at these little fawns. God, you just want to pet them. It had been that close. I unloaded my rifle and headed back to camp. I was done hunting. Now I guess this is the time for truth, or actually a couple of truths, I suppose. The surprising thing for me is how nearly shooting old Mama Doe really bothered me, and it still in fact does. I will not harvest another doe, ever, period. The second truth is that although the hunt you've just seen occurred as shown, there was a bit of Hollywood in how it happened. And I think I fooled everyone that watched this video. But it's probably not the first time this has been done to you, or to all of us. Let me explain now what I did and show you how I did it. Whew. Well, that was it. You saw it all. 3 days of living on jerky and sleeping under a blanket and keeping everything light. What I miss is having a hot cup of coffee. I didn't even pack a stove. So that was my hunt out here in the Tuliwas. And you saw everything that happened just like you were there. Want a bite of jerky? Well, maybe you didn't see it exactly how it happened. Actually, I was sleeping in the back of my truck on a 6-inch air mattress under 2 sleeping bags. And I did bring a stove, so I got plenty of hot coffee. But I figured if I had hiked in, that's what it would have looked like, probably. Except I would have been colder. Oh well, that's the Hollywood look at hunting. Everything was phony. Well, not everything. All the hunting was real. You saw what happened there. Oh well. Here's to next time. I hope I didn't offend anybody, although I don't really much care. That was the hunt. I guess it's just the kind of stuff that old geezers do for fun. I don't know why I did it. It just seemed like a good idea at the time. Hey, don't give up on me. I've still got some good adventures left in this old carcass, but the year 'tisn't over yet. Oh, and keep watching here for a second. I got one more giveaway about my backpacking scam to show you. Check this out. You see this heavy pack I've packed all over the world out here? Yep. How about that? Yeah. The joke's on you, all right. I got you a little bit, I think. It was fun. Oh, try to look at this sign without going, huh? Why did they put the sign up? What's its purpose?